representing Detroit, traveling around the country.
Yeah, fantabulously dope. Every time I bump my Divinity Rocks in my car with the sunroof open, I think about legacy.
Only Detroit poets and ever be published on More Black Press, other than Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
She
So,
published at the age of 15.
Oh yeah, published at 15. That's what's up. 13. She like, get it right. She did the slow motion like, you off a couple years, brother. 13. So, she helped me a lot, and she probably, this is why I say, it's crazy. I came into poetry in Brooklyn. It's a different vibe, and the scene is a little different. So I am a writer. That's what I do. That transition into like spoken word was not easy for me because, you know, all the stuff I told you earlier, like I couldn't get up in front of crowds, blah, blah, blah. And she had me in the bathroom at the music hall. And I was like, I know the piece is good. If it was in a book, you know, somebody would buy it. I got books tonight people can buy. People buy my book. I thought I had a box of books left, and I looked in and I had 4 left. I was like, wow, like that's pretty cool. I sold all these books and didn't realize it. But it's a different thing getting up here. And so I told her, I was like, you know, Legacy, I get nervous. And then if somebody looks at me that I don't really know, I get like that deer in the headlights thing. And she was like, sis, I can't imitate, but she was like, sis, take that piece. This is her. You gotta feel it. She was like, just take all that and feel it and don't hold back. And I was like, I don't move that much. But okay, I can feel it. You know, I'm doing like I'm not gassing her up. That's just the truth. So I want y'all to give it up, like on 12s, like y'all, you know, like we used to do. I'm about to tell my business.
Tell it. We all grown. That's what you said.
Yeah, we supposed to talk, remember? Yeah, let's talk.
Break it down.
I was about to say, y'all know what we used to do is smoke a
You went way back.
But yeah, I did. So I had a flashback. So, you know, like, if we were those people, you know, like Keisha talked about those people who, you know, drink a little, smoke a little. If we were those people and we were like intoxicated or something and we found something to be fantabulously dope, we would be like on 12 about it. And that's how I want y'all to give it up for her. So channel that inner imbiber or, you know, willing intoxicant intaker and put the energy through the roof so they can hear us all the way in the deep.
I'm ready.
You ready? Give it up, Thomas.
Woo-hoo!
You said all that, that's all you did? You gotta put it on 12.
Call her name, so I'm like,
Okay, y'all. Our feature, Shantae Legacy Leonard.
He was a good friend of mine. He was a talented photographer and drummer, and we buried him last summer, June 16th. He left out of here. His name was Sin.
Oh.
From Cafe Mahogany.
Oh.
Incredible dude, and it was crazy because at the time that he was in the hospital, before they had even diagnosed him, my father was in the hospital at the same time because he had some issues going on. So they were both in the same facility. So I would run and I would visit my father, and in between the time my father would fall asleep, I would go and I would visit Stan. And this, you know, this went on for months, and he never frowned. He never showed any fear. There was always a smile. There was always a joke. He was one of the bravest individuals I had ever known. It just, on any level, of just living his life unapologetically and being one of the most honest human beings and divine beings at the same time. And it was just something to watch him. And even when he found out how it is spread from his lungs up to his brains, and I was right there every day I would come, and I watched him take the chemo, and I watched him just be so incredibly brave, with a cigarette still dangling off his lip, and I wanted to kill him. But at the same time, he was like, I got this. Don't worry. And I was at a concert, and there's this brother named Anthony David, and he was singing this song, As Above, So Below, and it was just this really gorgeous song. And there was just this really beautiful moment, and the music was just swelling, and I'm like, seeing would really love this, and all of the, a lot of our friends were around, and we were out at the park, and we were having a good time, and the next thing I knew, my phone buzzed, and it was a text message saying it's gone. And I'm like, it's just like that motherfucker to have a gorgeous exit on a moment like this, and I just broke down, and after that, it was like one of those moments where you had to laugh for a second, and then I remember breaking down crying, because it was just like, man, even in the midst of just, he was an incredible person. So I dedicate this poem to him, and it's called The Beat. When the hand takes the beat no more, who will keep the heart of my words? When I have forgotten to smile, I remember the humorous quirk of your mouth, the fullness of your laughter shaking like a tambourine through your body. You were a man of rhythm. The snare in your blood like the gaze of your piercing eyes. I admire your audacity, unapologetic in your truth, perched upon the cigarette tucked in the corner of your lips. Steady as the time you kept against the drum. I could depend on you to always be a champion. I have known too many fallen warriors shrinking in their own shadows, but you cast the sun in the center of your chest, and you burned, baby, and made it look so damn cool. And I believed you when you told me that you would be the victor. You cocked your smile, and the vibrance in your skin shine. The sickness no grave could steal. It is all that I can remember now. That last smile, frozen as the tears in my throat. Who could possibly bury the sun? You crackle in my mind, and I can still feel your fire, the sizzle of the stick against the slick surface of the drum. My heart, the drum, my heart, the drum. This beat is one and the same, and somehow it goes on forever changed without you. It was October 13th, 1992, when I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was 12 years old, and I had been taken to 2 pediatricians, one who misdiagnosed me. I was having these intense night sweats, back cramps, and all this, and I was just like, I was fatigued, and I would just lay out damn near comatose every day after school. And the pediatrician was like, well, she's a grown girl. Tired. So my mother, following her divine wisdom, she took me to another doctor. And by the time they diagnosed me, I was already on my way out of here. So they had to start the chemotherapy. At the time, receiving chemotherapy was a lot more brutal than it is now. And because they had to move so fast, they didn't even have time to put a port in me, because I still got the scar from that. They put it in my veins. The chemo was so strong it broke my veins down, and then they had to hurry up and put the port in. I went through about 2 years of treatment. They hit me with everything. Several cycles of chemotherapy, radiation, the steroids. Thank God I didn't have to have a bone marrow transplant. But let me tell you something. A bone marrow testing, that shit ain't no joke. When you can see the fucking scalpel and you feel them slicing through your damn bone and taking that shit out. Tell you something about survivorship. And I had a circle of people that were always praying for me. And I think because I was so young, it was my mother who took the emotional brunt of that experience for me. It took me like years afterward how mad she would get at me for smoking and drinking. Like, what are you doing? Like, but I think that's how far I wanted to put between myself and that experience. So it hasn't been until I've been an adult, even more past my 20s, I'm 33 now, that I've really been able to begin to talk about it and share about it. I wrote a book called I Have Come Forth Thy Day, A Woman's Evolution.